Hello, I'm Patrick McGee, sports writer for the Sun Herald.
I'm Patrick Oaks, sports writer of the Sun Herald. This is Sports Guys Week 10.
We'll be talking about Friday night's big games. I'll be talking about St. Martin, Ocean Springs, and Pascagoula PRC.
And I'll touch on East Central Bay High and then D'Iberville playing Gulfport, one of the bigger games on the coast this week. Pretty exciting game to me. Last week Gulfport really had to fight against rival Harrison Central. Alton Connolly does it again, just hit replay on what I've been saying the last couple weeks. He makes a big play every week. Last week, caught a touchdown with 10 seconds left to win it for him, 13-12. Ended up being our defensive player of the week because he had a couple pass blocks and pass breakups and some tackles. Then you look at D'Iberville, first time all season, they've had consecutive wins. Each week they've been up and down. They finally get back-to-back wins. It was 44-14 against Hancock. D'Iberville's defense finally stepped up, forced 3 interceptions. It's a good way to win a game. I think this one will be a drag-out fight with these two teams that like to try and get defensive. I think Gulfport, the way they've been playing all year, they've been the most consistent team on the coast, or at least one of them. I think they edge it out by 10 points, let's say. And they got East Central looking to bounce back, and you have Bay High who's trying to ride it out with Pullum, our offensive player of the week. He could have been easily defensive player of the week, had 2 PAT blocks, also blocked a field goal. Ended up rushing for 230 yards. Good all-around kid who's really stepped up because of some injuries and done a bunch of different things. They got East Central who, I don't know how many times they can just give the rock to A.J. Davis. He ended up with, I think, 51, 52 carries last week in the loss against St. Stanislaus, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns. They just give it to him and give it to him. And he doesn't break a bunch of big runs, but he's consistent. He keeps you on schedule. He's what you want, and Seth Smith, I know he's happy he has A.J. Davis. I think this will be a fun game to watch as well. I think East Central kind of finds their way, and they pick up a 14-point win.
Right. St. Martin, Ocean Springs, this might be the biggest game they've ever had in that rivalry. Ocean Springs coming in ranked number 1 in our poll, with St. Martin sitting at number 3. Both teams 1 loss on the record. This is going to be at Greyhound Stadium, so you give that slight edge, even though you're going to have a whole lot of St. Martin fans there. It's going to be a packed house, really good atmosphere for a football game. It's probably maybe one of the best in the state Friday night as far as excitement goes. Ocean Springs, you give them that slight edge on their home field because it's senior night. I mean, you don't want to go out losing to St. Martin on your home field on senior night, so you give Ocean Springs a little bit of edge there, but St. Martin probably as athletic as any team Ocean Springs has played this season. Ocean Springs has got a good secondary, really good on defense, but I don't think they've faced quite a team like St. Martin. So St. Martin's going to get in the end zone a couple of times. Ocean Springs pitched a couple of shutouts a couple of weeks ago, so they're really tough on defense. The really keys here are Tyler Polka, especially on offense for St. Martin. If he gets going, St. Martin's in this game.
Watch out.
Yeah, and it's going to be a kind of a barn burner into the fourth quarter. But I think Ocean Springs is a little bit better on defense. I think that's where they kind of get the edge here. So I see Ocean Springs maybe winning by a touchdown. Pascagoula going to PRC. That's one of the toughest road trips to make in South Mississippi on the coast. It's a really tough place to play. So for Pascagoula to go up there, they have to play well again. They played really well last week against Hattiesburg. That was a big win for them, beating Hattiesburg 21-18. Reginald Hunter really got going early, and that was really the difference in the game. PRC, you got 3 running backs. They've got 700 yards or more: Tapman, Holyfield, and Roberts. All 3. That's what Lewis Sims was saying this week, Pascagoula head coach, that you can't really key on one guy. You got to find a way to slow all 3 guys down, and that's a real challenge. I think Pascagoula right now is kind of building on things. Jaquez Walker got back after the injury, missing 3 games, playing receiver and defensive back. So I think if he gets healthier by the week, Pascagoula becomes that much more of a threat in the region. So I see Pascagoula going on the road like they did back in 2012 when they won South State. I think Pascagoula goes up there and wins probably by 10 points, something along those lines. We appreciate you watching this week, and we'll see you at the games Friday night.